I had this whole list of things that I wanted to talk about, and we got to this part of it. I have a feeling we're not going to make all the rest of it. Patty Ann Brown is here. She is monitoring our 912project.com. And what are people saying? Because you're watching live.
Yeah, lots of different things. One thing that keeps coming up, I'm tired of being told I have to spread the wealth around to people who don't have my work ethic. I'm tired of being told the government will take the money I earned and give it to people too lazy to earn it. I'm tired of being told I have to pay more taxes to keep people in their homes if they bought McMansions.
Okay. How many people feel that way? Yeah. And you're kind of like, how many people understand compassion?
I'm sorry, I gotta disagree with that. I'm a college senior and I work really hard in school, and a lot of my friends are working really hard and just as hard as me, and we're all really struggling to get jobs right now, and that's part of this tough market, and the stimulus package could help seniors like me in college go out there and get a job that I can't get without that.
Okay, so
foundations or...
I'm a business management major. I don't want to dig a ditch. I want to get a job working in hotels, and that industry is struggling right now.
So hang on. So you don't have a problem with the spending that Washington is doing?
Well, I feel like there's too much pork. Not everything should be spent on.
Okay. So how much was the, Judge, do you remember how much was the pork in this stimulus bill? It was...
About $450 billion.
About $450 billion out of almost a...
$800 billion project.
$800 billion project.
Absolutely absurd. Okay. But there is a need to stimulate the economy with some funds in some ways.
Okay. Bailing out the banks?
I agree with.
You agree bailing out the banks?
Yes.
How many people agree with bailing out the banks? No. Raise your hand if you agree with bailing out the banks. That's fine. This is what I like to call a big tent. Yes.
I'm a states' rights conservative, and I believe that this federalism creeping upon us has to be dismantled.
You are...
We have got to dismantle this Soviet-style centralized system of governance and return it to the states and localities where it belongs.
Are you accusing Barack Obama of doing that, or do you believe the Republicans have done it as well?
The Republicans are just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah. Ryan, tell me, you were just what was it you were saying in the break?
Well, we're told that we have the two parties. You know, we've always been told that. But the truth is, over the last century, we've had Republicans and Democrats, and the government just keeps growing bigger every single time.
You sound like you understand the history of progressivism.
Oh, I've studied quite a bit. But...
Wait, no. No, you're part of a Tea Party. You're supposed to be stupid, and you don't even know the history.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, but...
Raise your hand.
All right.
It's always been the same. The so-called conservatives in Washington right now, they all want the same amount of spending. They don't want to shrink government. They just want the power to be used for their...
Come here. Can we get a boom mic here so we can talk about this? Here's something. You'll be able to explain this.
All right.
Everybody says left and right.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
The Republicans are on the right and the Democrats are on the left.
Yes.
Right? That's wrong. Why?
Why is that wrong? Well, there's a huge spectrum.
What is actually over here and over here?
Okay, that's totalitarianism. It's 100% government.
100% government. And what's over here?
Anarchy.
Anarchy. Where did our founding fathers put us?
They wanted it exactly right there in the middle.
No. Hang on. No. They actually, who knows what the first name of the country was, or the first thing we did as a country? Articles of Confederation. They were right over here. They wanted as close to anarchy as they possibly could, just enough government. That didn't work. It failed. So then they moved it. It's more actually about here. Now, where is the actual left and right on this scale when you look at Republicans and Democrats?
Well, they're all over here.
No. Hey, you're close. No. You're close. You're close. What we've done is we've moved it from here over the years. We've moved it over here. Now your choices are actually up and down. Your choices are Democrats and Republicans. This is why you always feel all the time that it's the same John McCain and Barack Obama. Because you're like, wait a minute, it's the same government. They spend this, they have these programs, they do all of these things. It's because this is sliding on this scale. as long as they keep us fighting between Republicans and Democrats,
They win.
they win because they don't notice, we don't notice that they're creeping closer to this. And that's the problem. And thank you for bringing it up. You. Okay. Been able to do that. Welcome back to our special Glenn Beck program. It's Friday. This is kind of another 9/12 Project special. We're talking to real people about the Tea Parties. The Tea Parties are 2 weeks ago, but the president was just talking about them. And I think a lot of people in the media think, oh, well, those are done. I have a feeling, correct me if I'm wrong, the Tea Parties are just getting started. April 15th was just the beginning. Yeah. More Tea Parties on the 4th of July. So why are we here today? I saw a bunch of coverage of the parties. The mainstream media just hammered home the point that they don't get it. People were exercising their constitutional right to assemble in peaceful protest. Instead of celebrating that, which they seem to do every time Code Pink decides to do it, the media dismissed these people as racist, extremists, and Obama haters, and that the parties were organized by the Republicans. They were wrong. I wanted to give a chance for them to describe themselves so America can hear the truth and who they are and what they really stand for. I asked a couple of friends here. Andrew Klavan is a screenwriter. What are the movies that you wrote? You wrote a Clint Eastwood movie and
True Crime, Don't Say a Word.
Yeah, okay. And you're also a columnist.
I'm a contributing editor to City Journal at the Manhattan Institute.
Okay. So I asked you to stay here because I wanted you to recap this on Monday's show and what you learned for the media, so we could just give that to them. Here are the Cliff Notes, guys. What are you hearing so far?
Well, what's amazing to me is I have heard more of the ideas and the ideals of the founders of this country in this room for the last half hour than I hear on the mainstream media all the time. I think if James Madison and Thomas Jefferson walked into this room, they would recognize the America they were fighting for, and if they saw our mainstream news media today, they would recognize the people they were fighting against.
Yeah. Let me. Who made this T-shirt? You made this T-shirt? Who made this T-shirt? You made this, Floyd? You made this T-shirt? I love this. I wanted you to get a look at this. This is The Simpsons, so there's no copyright infringement there. What are you thinking, man? And he's bringing it to Fox. See the attorneys, they'll be out in the lobby. But you put this quote from Samuel Adams, and I love it. Do you know it by heart? Yes, I do. Give it to us.
It's,
Okay, here it is.
It's on the shirt.
You can't trust these people. Shifty. It says,
Not take a majority to prevail, but rather a tireless, irate minority keen to set brush fires in people's minds.
I love that. I love that. That I think is what's missing. Nobody in the media, nobody is, you're right, Walter, talking about the Constitution anymore. The judge has been talking about it on this for a very, very long time. Let me go to Pat Gray, who is my best friend and a talk show host in Houston, Texas. And I asked him to come up because I really wanted him because he has been in Texas where I think people are different in Texas. They understand a republic and freedom more. They're already talking about making new gun laws that if you make a gun in Texas, no U.S. firearm law will apply to that gun. Yeah. Oh, Texas. You better put a northern border on Texas because people are going to start moving to Texas. All right. So, Pat, what needs to be clarified here? What do you think?
Well, as you mentioned, people in Texas are frustrated. They're frustrated, too, about the 10th power. And I sense the same kind of thing in this room. And people are frustrated because we were told all during the Barack Obama campaign that a grassroots effort is admirable. In fact, that's how he came to power, wasn't it? It was a grassroots effort.
He's the American
Then
dream.
they see their grassroots effort being totally marginalized and totally dismissed as something completely different.